Previously on the Gencore project.
Is this where you just tease me for the rest of the show?
Hey, welcome to the fucking party, Rita. God damn, it's about time somebody else gets this shit. Oh.
Okay, so what was the question?
How many we got?
This is a perfect opportunity to grab some naked men and create pins out of them and send traffic to the contest.
1, 2, 3, 4, right in front of me.
Listen, if you guys want me to shake hands with Beef on camera, that's what I can do. You know what I mean? I didn't want to do it. You know, I'm a happily married man. But if I want to show the ladies a piece of the rock, it's gonna have to happen. If that means that we get more subscriptions or whatever, then I'll do it. Damn it!
That nigga's turning shit into OnlyFans.
And now, episode 11 of the Gencore project.
What's up, people? Y'all should be able to hear me now. Press 1 in the chat if you can hear me good, loud and clear. Press 1 in the chat if you can hear me good, loud and clear. We're back with another episode of the Gencore project. What's up, people? I'm your host, Hotep Jesus. Today we have, well, every week we have our wonderful Gencore team. Top left, you see Chad. Top right, you see Ant. Bottom left, we got Jonesy. Bottom right, we got our favorite mall, Rita. What's up, team? How y'all feeling, man?
Really good.
Yeah,
really good.
Sure.
Yeah? That was dry as hell, Rita.
It's cold. It's cold as shit down here in Louisiana, but no, it's been a really good week, really productive week. Rita's been busting her ass, like just grinding on these on this EPK rollout, and we, you know, Ant did some stuff to update the website. We got some more little Rita, for MVP stuff.
Chad, you sound too serious. I'm cutting you off. Rita, you got your hair did.
I got what?
You got your hair did.
I did. What do you think?
You got a little chop going?
A little bit on the bottom.
I like it. It's cute.
Thank you.
Oh, shucks. Trying to look good for a nigga.
I look good for somebody. I don't know if it's for you.
He was like, I gotta look good for Monday night.
That's right. That's right.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh man! Shout out to Terry.
That was the what?
To
Terry.
So the thing that makes me laugh is that coming straight off of last week, my lesson was to be succinct. So the first thing you did was ask me a question. All I kept thinking is, I'm good.
Yeah, and I picked up right on it.
I know you did. It's like I'm fine. Nothing happened between last time and this.
I was like, no, that's not flying. That doesn't sound like Rita to me.
I know. I can't go. 6 different pathways to the story, but
Ebony said you got a Valentine's Day cut.
Is that what it is?
That's
you guys in the chat liking the cut?
Is that what you did it in preparation?
No, the thing is that it's not curly. Stop it. It's not curly. It's blown out straight. Stop talking about my hair.
Very sexy. Very sexy.
Oh, wow. Easy. Easy.
I'm so glad the lighting is you can't see me blush, but thank you for the
coming off that
compliment.
intro. Going off that intro where Rita was pointing at the four of us to take naked pictures for a Pinterest.
You're right. It's subliminal. You're right. I'm trying to get more attractive as the weeks go on, so you guys will take your shirts off. That's pretty much. You figured me out. You figured me out.
I'm not taking my shirt off today. It is going to be like 14 degrees tonight, and like South Louisiana, that is like. I think the last time it got this cold was like 1994 or something. Like,
what are you, homeless or something?
Welcome to our world, Chad.
no, I'm just not getting.
I mean, you live outside?
1994.
No, let's be clear.
Maybe 96.
No one's asking for naked. We're talking top.
Just topless.
See, you know what top means something else in today's vernacular. You gotta be careful with that.
Okay.
Oh man. Oh.
Okay. All right.
There
Everyone calm down.
See, I knew it. See, I knew it. See, we started off too dry. That's the team I know.
Right.
That's the team I know.
I think Mr. Jones
Crying and sweating already.
promised for the good of the team to start taking pics.
That's right.
I didn't, right? And
we all heard it right before we came on.
The compromise was tank top and profile because he's happily married man. So what you got to say, Jonesy? I didn't see those pics come up.
Nothing. You know, I just been trying to get my beefcake on this week. I got back in the lab. You know, I got to make sure that I'm prepared for this glorious moment. You know, I'm gonna get oiled up. It's been a little cold up here, but I will not disappoint you.
Oh wow!
Tank top is coming.
Okay.
So we have it on record twice.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, I'm a man of my word.
That's right.
But
Ant, what about you?
I still got the hibernation weight on. It's a little cold here up in the Northeast, so I don't think my shirt's coming off anytime soon. But everything else is all right.
All right.
All
Yes.
right, let's talk business. I'm looking at the Gencore Fit hashtag, and I just got a really cool idea because of something Brody did.
Thanks.
Brody, one of the Hoteps posted their workout routine, and Brody 6 hours ago tagged Gencore Fit to it. You know, it might be in our best interest to, in addition to encouraging people to post videos, to really reach out to people who are already posting videos and say, hey, tag this with Gencore Fit, get in the contest. That way, modifying their behavior is a lot easier than trying to get somebody to get their ass up off the couch.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's been a struggle. I've noticed that, you know, our base, you got like a very succinct number of people who want to participate, but a lot of our base are eating potato chips and sitting on the couch and watching Netflix, and they really don't want to do this shit. You know, I don't want to be an asshole. You know, I don't want to bully anybody into getting into the damn gym. And I kind of feel like that's what I've been doing. So listen, if you guys want to be out of shape couch potatoes, I support you. It's okay. It's all
And
right,
then
man.
just in terms of strategy, maybe next year we'll do it in the spring instead of in the middle of the winter.
I was thinking about that. I was like, man, I looked at that agility ladder. It's got ice on it.
Right,
Like,
because how many people have a full gym in their basement?
Right.
So people have to get out, you know. So that's the thing, is that the last 2 weeks have been pretty tough for our East Coasters and Midwesterners and whatever country Louisiana is.
Yeah.
So
Matt and Ryan were out there making steam come out of their mouths when they were jogging and stuff like that. It was so damn cold.
but yeah, that's just for the next one. We could do another one next year, but maybe do it spring. So people can go out, give them a reason to go out.
I think that's a good adjustment.
Spring and summer might be, we can just revisit it instead of the polar vortex fitness challenge.
I like Brian's idea though of like, instead of trying to get people to build a wagon, just hitch your wagon to the Gencore Fit challenge that you already got going. You know, like that's a good idea.
That's a good grift. That's a good grift.
So Brian, he just retweeted it and put the hashtag. Is that what he did?
He just attached a hashtag to it.
Nah, that was smarter, Brody. Like me, my whole antagonizing people hasn't been working very well. People are like, it's too cold. Fuck you, Jonesy. We don't care what you say about us. That's what it's looking at me. I've just been kind of antagonizing the people around me about being fat bastards, and it hasn't been working out very well.
And just for the commercial, this is our customer service director, Mr. Jonesy.
Thank you.
All complaints filed with him. Yes.
If you have any complaints, there's your man.
That's right.
Why does that?
So you suggest that, if we see somebody posting a workout video on Twitter or whatever social media, we just hit them with a quick DM and just basically, our elevator pitch to the DM about the Gencore Fit Challenge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Approach them that way.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think that's a good idea. Real quick, let me just reiterate what people are watching right now. We're basically giving you a window into our meeting of minds for this Gencore project that is soon to launch. I think launch is March 1st. So you're basically witnessing our Monday meetings, which we've chosen to broadcast for many different reasons. So that's what you're witnessing right now. You're watching us. We're also chronicling the journey of this project. So you're witnessing the growth from beginning to IPO or sale or whatever our exit strategy may be.
Yeah, whatever the most lucrative exit strategy it is. Right?
Yeah, this thing turns out to be a revenue generating machine, which is probably the direct goal. Then maybe we don't IPO. Or if we want to raise funds, we may IPO. Or we might take on investors. Who knows? But for right now, we're looking to create a nice revenue generating machine.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that was that was the contest. So people, fucking get up off the couch. If you're making videos, tag Gencore Fit, get in this thing.
If you're gonna run to the donut shop to get some donuts, tape it. That counts.
Word. Fake it. Shit. Fake it till you make it is a key thing. You know what I mean? If you just walk into the mailbox, pretend like you just walked a mile. The Democrats lie, why don't you lie too?
Cool.
Look. One of my pictures one day was just like the number on the scale, and I mean, I wasn't lying. I was telling the truth about how much weight I had lost at that point. But hell, just put the number.
Post a picture of your shitty lunch.
Yeah, there you go.
Do that.
We've had some meal ideas. We actually had a couple of them that were actually pretty decent. Tiffany put something with I don't know, this fruit and oatmeal stuff that she puts together. That's awesome. on a keto sort of wave. So that stuff's good too. And it was very
but the one thing, if we could talk real quick, so we extended it to the end. I think the last Saturday of the month is the 27th. So we've got 3 more weekends, I think, right? Or 2 more weekends.
Are we okay with that?
Yes, we are.
You guys sure? Because you guys were pretty upset that we extended it.
Well, I think it was me.
Nah, Anthony wasn't happy either.
Well, he wasn't. He was on the fence. I don't think he was mad. Were you mad, man?
He was upset.
Nah,
he was turned all burgundy and shit.
Nah, I had plans to work on other ventures within the project, but then got thrown a curveball. But it's all good.
My bad.
And I thought that if you extended a contest when you had dates, that it wasn't okay. But then Chad schooled me by saying, it happens all the time. Knock it off.
Yeah.
And so Absolutely. Then we found out. So I didn't feel, because my concern was for the people who had been working it. But we moved on. But here's my thing is that we kind of the last week before we decided last week, giving ourselves another 3 weeks, it didn't build any momentum for us because we've all been kind of going in different directions. And so now that we have 2 weeks, because the reason we're extending it is to get more people involved. And so that's something that I'm sure everyone or anybody starting something out is just trying to balance, like, what are we going to do? How are we going to do it? Because it's just, there's so much going on. Because if we kept doing it, we got 2 more people last week, 2 more unique users. So we're at 51 unique emails. So we're at 51, which is great. Our goal was 100, but that was just 2, which we really needed, 10 or 15 in a week. But we're not, we're all in different directions of going, Ant's got the computer and Chad's working on the templates. That's not templates, but the program for the blog.
The website template, yeah.
And then we're collectively working at getting the EBKs going. So there's a lot going on, but it's almost as if this is behind us, but it's not. So anyway, go ahead. Go ahead, Jonesy. What?
This is some bullshit. Like all of the stuff that I've been doing.
Jonesy did stuff too.
I've been moving and shaking. Nobody ever says what I do.
Jonesy conducted our first written interview for an EPK this week. He did it.
Okay, let's just, Jonesy, you get a special commendation because Jonesy is I keep saying he is pushing this mountain, this ball up the mountain, because he's the one that says, I just heard about something. Let's get it booked. Let's get it booked. Let's get it booked. And he's, in terms of content, he's put out more. So, Jonesy, you're the man.
What about all of the interviews we have?
The interviews?
All of the crap we got going on. And old Jonesy is just sitting there, well, hey, Ant just repainted the world. And Chad split the atom this week. And Jay ate a sandwich. Like, what the hell's going on here? I don't get any credit, guys.
You said you got a special commendation.
No. That's because I had to fish for it. Nobody is realizing the greatness that I bring to this project, damn it. And I was winding up.
And I guess let's save the date. I think this is mine and Jonesy's first fight. So
no.
We're best buddies on text.
Somehow he's going to blame this on me. He's going to find a way to blame this on me.
Pretty much.
He can't go after you, Rita.
Okay. No, but note to self. Make sure
Jonesy
Jonesy's first.
does stuff.
Jonesy does stuff.
But
got to live up to the name. Wasted talent. Come on.
I do things.
But
I just need you all to know that.
Yes.
I just don't crack jokes on the Gencore project. I actually do work.
If you people enter the contest, you'll be featured on the website. I see we got some more people featured on the website. So go to Jianchor.blog and go see the people that have already entered the contest. There's some great content put out there. Shout out to Trash Can Conductor. He's one of the people that have joined our team recently. Great stuff happening there.
The big homie Trash, man.
Yeah.
I just sent out a tweet that tap the link in the tweet below to win a new Fitbit Charge 4. So let's keep an eye out on any new signups that come in from that tweet tonight, and then let's see what happens. Maybe we get some more coming in. Cool. All right. So challenge ends on the 27th. At that date, we'll do a ROI calculation. So people want to tune in for that episode. We'll do a ROI calculation to see. I don't really want to spoil it, but an ROI calculation on this project, and then maybe some projections on the potential revenue that could come from said giveaway. To basically figure out if this was a success or a fail, or where on the scale of success and failure this thing lies. So that's cool. And then we'll also compare it to advertising, and what you could have done with an advertising spend instead, right? And see, what would give us the best ROI. Or just to compare the ROI between the two different channels. That's dope. All right. What's the next thing up on the docket for tonight?
Well, Chad's going to go over our last week successes, challenges, and pretty much our KPIs, what we set for ourselves, and Chad's got a list of that.
Yeah. So the stuff that I wrote down was we talked about we updated the site for the new end date of the contest and updated the rules as well for that.
Okay.
Then we also like we said, added some more posts to the landing page of our MVPs of the Gencore Fit Challenge. We also we had talked about looking into some more templates to kind of go into that, and I did that. I looked through about 75 or so. Still have
I thought we were just gonna go with the one we picked.
Yeah,
wait a
that was
minute.
before that.
I got attacked when I said we should look into some more. Oh, I took time and care, and you don't know how much time I took through it. And then you go and look at more. I thought we kind of already got that ironed out, Jonesy. So fuck you. And then now you're looking at more, huh?
Okay, so let's reset for everybody. Everybody remembers y'all were here. So the discussion was that like I had actually gone through and looked at this stuff, and they were like, no, we need to look at some more anyway. So I went and fucking looked at some more anyway, even though I had already done all this shit before, and I still did it. And I was about to say, and I was still going to look at more just to make Jonesy happy. And then Jonesy tried to jump in and throw sand in my face. Go ahead, Jonesy. Come at me, bro. Why don't you look up some templates? Damn.
Did you hear what that was? That's the sound of a plane.
No, but I'm cool with stopping. Seriously, I don't want to look at any more templates. I didn't find I'm really struggling to find something that is even in contention with what we had already found. And I think Ant and I had looked at it. We were kind of ready to start finding a way to populate that thing.
Look, I understand that, but what my issue was this, right? Based off of the fact that we were going to scrap the directory, I'm like, well, shit. Well, there's a whole lot more that lines up with that. So let's look at more. But then when we decided not to, then it's like, okay, Chad, if that's what you want to do.
I had already looked at them though. At that point.
And I'm looking at your face, and I can see the thoughts in your mind. What's going on up there, yo?
Nah, it's just funny because Chad really went through over 300 different templates, literally just scrolling through all of them. And I didn't go as much into depth looking at them all, but it's a lot of different ones to go through. And I feel like the one that we originally found, because the initial week when we were first looking for it, it was pretty painful because we were like, these are all trash. So then once we found the one that spoke to Chad, found it. Chad was like, this one really spoke to me. He sent it to all of us. I'm like, I think this one's dope. And then we all agreed on it. And then last week it was like, nah, we're not going with that again. So it's like, all right, so I guess we'll find something new. And then we're like, nah, we're actually going to stay with it. So it's just funny.
Yeah, at the Mogul Summit, I thought we finalized that we were just going to stick with that one.
Yeah, right. That was 2 days ago. And when I looked at all these other ones was like Tuesday after we finished the Gencore show that night. So
okay. You giving us an update all from last Monday.
Yeah, from last Monday.
He got all salty with me, Jonesy. I looked at every single one, and he's always got to act like a dad all the fucking time. I'm like, douchebag, I didn't know you looked at 300 of them.
It is really funny because obviously through a text message you can't see somebody's tone. But anytime Chad puts something serious in there, Jonesy's just like, well, bro, you don't have to come at me like that. It's just
the thing is, Jonesy's fucking voice texting the whole time. Every time it's Jonesy doing a voice message.
And Jonesy will come back with a 2-minute voice message. It's like, wow, Chad, I understand you're really working hard on this, but God damn, you don't have to yell at me so much.
We could do an entire, we could do an entire.
I just, you know why I do that? Because if I put it in text, I don't, I'm not like a bitch. I don't want to text something back and try to act like a tough guy, right? And I understand that you're doing a lot, right? And then that precludes me from just telling you to go fuck yourself. So what I do is I compose.
Does it really though? I don't think it does. I think you tell me that anyway. It's like the cherry on top is you telling me to go fuck myself after you try to sweeten me up.
And it's just funny too because I've gone through all the pain. I've gone through all the pains of the WordPress dilemma.
Right.
From the way beginning, from the .com.org. So whenever something goes wrong with the tech, I'm just like, man, what's next? What is next? What is the next issue I'm going to have to solve?
Now, we've gone 4 or 5 weeks without having to mention the .com.org. Now here it is.
Ants over
Oh
there
no, that was
So it's all
ants.
down.
No, that
Oh,
was
that was my website.
ants.com.org fail.
Yeah.
Not yours, Rita. We know
Oh,
about
was it a
yours.
different one?
This is before yours.
This is before I even.
Yeah,
This is
this is
before I even
financial
met
light
you.
one. Yeah,
Oh.
financial light.
Was yours my fault too, or
No.
Okay.
No.
Retroactively, it could be. You never know.
Psychically.
Brian
So-
was telling me to do all this. Brian was telling me to do all this stuff for like 4 months, and I couldn't do any of it. I was trying so hard, and I'm like, yo, I don't see any of these buttons. And then somehow it came up where it was like I had .com instead of .org, and he just goes, yeah, that one might be on me. And I was like,
Y'all remember that too.
It's in the book. It's in the book. Dominate Twitter.
Bro,
Says clear as day.
Hotep is the worst person to teach you how to do something, bro. It's like fucking having Michael Jordan teach you how to play basketball.
No,
because he fucking think he does everything so easy. He's like, yeah, just go ahead and mix this up, do that, hit this button, and it'll take you 2 minutes. And then I'm there for 3 hours fucking around with it. I'm like, this motherfucker, man.
I know.
It's in Dominate Twitter. I forget what page
Yes,
it is,
it
but it
is.
says clear as day in the book that comes with the Mogul Summit. Do not use .com, use .org.
And
Then I
I'm
say
reading,
it.
man.
I know.
I don't think it was.
Right.
I think this was in the old version of your book.
It also
No,
says
it's been in there since version
All right.
1.
It also says to
right.
get your site through 101 Ionos too.
Yes, yes.
Glad I did.
Yeah, I know.
It's
That's
all
another-
in the document. Then I repeat it to people in the Mogul Summit. But again, Boomer Tech.
Right. And yes, to my shame, right.
Esiason, baby.
I can say, right. Every weekend, it comes up some form or another. Somebody new or coming on going, I'm getting a site. What do you think? And everything. It's always .org. And so the fact that I'd heard it for 6 months and then I pushed .com, I'm,
And that's exactly why I wrote Dominate Twitter, because I had all these rules in my mind. And I said, I need to get them out on paper. Also, I wanted to get them on paper so that a lot of questions or common questions people could ask me, I could just be like, refer back to the document.
Yeah.
Refer back to the document, because I just don't want to be sitting here like going over basic shit. That's one of the reasons why I put that in Dominate Twitter. Ionos.com, not .org. Elementor came out in like version 2 point something. I put that there. The niggas can say I didn't tell. They can't say I didn't tell them.
Well, that
I
was
put it
the
in
issue
plain
I was having
text.
too, because I couldn't install it. You were telling me to install Elementor, and I'm like, bro, I literally can't install it. Like, I've been trying to install it. So I made all these layouts, all these like blog posts in a completely different format. And then when I finally did it the correct way, it took me 2 seconds with Elementor compared to the other way. I was just like bro, this sucks.
Yeah,
But-
man.
Yo,
So-
man,
so the
they
lesson-
calling us the Gencore project now, man.
So on that note, I guess I should tell you guys, I'm starting my, to build my site.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
Not good.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Oh God, help us.
Well,
But
I'm gonna tell you this. Don't call me, call Ant.
Oh no, I have burned my calling ants. I'm gonna do my best.
Where are you at with it?
I'm not even gonna say, but it's going to be up soon. I'm gonna get it up come heck or high water because I have to.
And when you sign up for Ionos and you get your hosting plan, there's literally
Yes.
one button to press to install WordPress.
Does it say Rita push this button or no?
Don't say your name,
Okay.
but there's literally one button that says install WordPress.org now. Yes. You hit that button and it installs it, gives you your login screen.
Good
and everything.
items first.
The first time I did it correctly, I'm like, this is how long it took. It literally, you could do it within an hour, not even a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And it takes probably 60 minutes to be up and running. But the first time when I did it all wrong, it took me forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
I'll find a way to
Yes.
fuck it
So
up.
it's
though.
just
No, well, but I'm doing it.
it's not as
yes.
If you follow the correct blueprint
Mhm.
that Brian put out, it literally takes a few minutes.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a very basic site to tell a little bit about the coaching and the business, and then lead to the podcasts, and then lead to Gencore. But it's time because I'm going to start interviewing people.
Do you have the domain?
Yes.
Do you have the hosting
Yes.
through Ionos?
No, I haven't done Ionos. I don't have the hosting yet. Stop it! Don't ask me on camera. I thought the hosting was. Now you're just making fun of me in front of everybody.
No, I'm feeling pain in advance for you.
We'll talk offline, Rita.
No, you don't know. No, because whatever. So, okay, I'm not going to talk. I'm gonna
You really need to get Dominate Twitter, Rita.
I have it. I just didn't
He
read
has a
it.
copy.
Dang it.
He has a copy.
So, okay, so that's
Everybody in Mogul Summit signs up to the Mogul Summit, gets a free copy of Dominate Twitter. Nobody reads it.
So I'm just putting out there live that I'm working on it. So I'm going to be held accountable for it and get lots of laughs in the future. But, and it's my challenge because it's something that's difficult for me. So my challenge is to get it to the point where we could share the screen once I get it done.
All right. Alex said he's going to help you out. Alex said he'll hop in the Slack and help you fight through that battle, Rita. Thank God for Alex.
Thank you.
Thank God for Alice.
Thank God for Alex and Ryan who helped us with. So let me just get back to Jonesy on a serious note.
Yeah.
Jonesy has been pushing out content like you wouldn't believe. So he's out there seriously doing interviews. And like I said, knocking it out. There's no planning for next week. Jonesy's like, give me his number, get it booked. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, let's get it up the stream. So in terms of not only just building that content and getting out there, and then all the connections he's making to say, well, look at our stuff. And, so I just want to say.
How many interviews you done so far?
I've done 3.
God damn.
I got another one coming tomorrow.
In the past week?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you on beast mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, we got to get these EPKs rolling, man. We got to get all of the content in Ryan's hands and Chad's hands and my hands so we can try to cut it up and make it to what it is because I want to move beyond, our initial plan so we can get really rolling with this.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, right. The faster you get that laid out, the first 10, the faster you can start selling. I agree. What happened with you did a written one too?
We haven't done that yet. What I want to do is we want to put it on YouTube, like you were saying.
It, though. You conducted it.
I conducted it, but
we haven't written it out.
So what we want to do is we want to put it on YouTube, like you were saying, to transcribe
and grab the transcript. Yeah,
just grab it so to be faster. Chad actually came up with that. We were talking to Brody. You know what I mean? Brody, like Brody, man, I just want to say something, man. Brody is the man, bro. Like, for real, man. Like, you talk about somebody that's willing, like, he just comes and calls you, like, yo, what can I help you with? Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, it's a guy, man, that he got so much shit going on. I'm surprised he would even offer. And the fact that he would come, yo, why don't you guys do this? He's always a great person to talk to, man. I just want to give a shout out to him, man.
Yeah, yeah. Brody's been a tremendous help to Hotep Nation, man. He's a real good guy, man.
And then Ryan, this is how much, and I'm going to try not to get emotional because we talked a little bit at Local Summit when Halima talked about it. But like yesterday, Jonesy said, we got this video of me, we did our interview with Chris Black.
Okay.
And yesterday morning, he says, hey, Reedy, can you see if Ryan can put, you called it a third page, bottom third, I think.
Lower third.
Lower third.
Jonesy called it a banner, sent it to Ryan. He turned it around just like that. So he took the screen. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it's really good. And what's it called? It's called Jonesy titled like Music Showcase with Jonesy the Podfather and Coach Rita. And it just looks really nice. And that's going to be our first video we put up on Gencore TV on YouTube, our YouTube channel. So, but just to text Ryan and say, hey, can you put to this banner for us? And he's like, we'll do it after work tonight. Boom. And then the time took just getting the file. It's a big file, big video file.
Yeah.
And it's just such a blessing to have, Alex in our corner, have Brody, and everybody, the family, the people that follow us, because there's it's
Ebony,
Ebony, of course,
everybody.
Halima. But it's not just in the actions, it's the goodwill.
Yeah.
It's the whether it's the tweets or the emails or we just feel it. It just feel like, that of course I'm going to call it a family because that's what it feels like. But it's this, it's that all of this talent is just coming together.
Yes.
And sometimes, so it's like, I don't know how, we know that with the EBKs, it's a new thing for all of us.
Yeah.
And now it's like, get all this raw material. And then you have these people going, okay, tell me how what do you need? Where do you need it? And then of course, like with computers, Ryan has that, that talent, and for him to go, okay, let's put it together and see what, we'll do our first one. Let's see what it looks like.
That's so
versus,
dope.
right. But
Building
versus a
Voltron up in
company,
this
former company that I used to work for, you had a whole team. And you called somebody, you were charged for every single second that you used, right?
Yeah,
and it wasn't, it was like a sure thing. It's like, so you'd order it and you got 20 people working on something, but you paid top dollar. So it's this very organic way that things are getting done. And the twist is going to be all of us are going to be part of it.
Yeah.
We're going to see Ryan in that. We see, like just seeing the video of just me and Jonesy and then Chris, and then Ryan's signature's right on that screen. So it's just, so it's like, we're also creating these memories with all the talent and the people. So it's just amazing.
Nah, this is beautiful, man. I mean, I don't think people understand, like they're watching this Monday night show and they're hearing us talk about what happens on the daily, but it's going to be different when they start actually seeing the content.
Yeah.
Right.
The website is up and everything's flowing. I think a lot of people are going to be really floored. Like, holy shit, yo, this like is some real legit like shit happening here, It's a real media company being built here. There's content flowing. And like I said, from episode 1, the key to a media outlet is the team. When I had my blog and we were doing millions of hits a month, like I said, we had 7 people on the team. And we're pretty much at that point now. You figure there's 5 of us here. I'm playing more like a role of advisor. And then you got, Ryan and Alex hopping in, helping out. And
Got Ebony. Natasha. Natasha's helping. She's going to be helping when she's going to help edit with her articles.
Oh yeah, and then all the contributors as well,
all the
right?
contributors, right?
Yeah,
and then and all the people just who are so open. Like I'm calling to say, listen, I've got a podcast. I need to practice. I need to get better at this. We're going to get
have a place
tape.
now.
They have a place, right? And it's like, and if it works for you, which it's just this, instead of it being, okay, Rita, you don't have any followers. You're just starting out, because some people are like that.
Yeah.
That, but there are people who have interesting stories, interesting things that my goal for my podcast is to tie it into, it's just they have maybe a small business. Someone may not even think of how inventive it is.
This is the explosive spark one needs to embark on their digital journey.
Right.
Seth said something really, really, really like profound to me the other day. He was saying how like you got certain people with like millions of followers, right? And then you have somebody with like 1,000 and they get double the engagement. So like I was kidding around about like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter and this, that, and the third, but on the real, it's the quality of the followers that you have, how much they'll engage with you. Like I don't have that many followers, but all of the followers I have always engage with me. They're always willing to help. They're you know what I mean? They're supportive. They listen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, I would rather have, you know what I mean, the quality. And I think that's what we're cultivating here. We got quality people that are dealing with us.
Right. That's why I was saying in the beginning was, let's not get caught up on some of those vanity metrics, because there's some things that come with a value you can't put a number to. And that, that's manifested now with the team and the content that's coming out right now. I love it, man. It's beautiful, man. Rita got me feeling emotional.
Yeah, and like some of the stuff that we were talking about last week after, like,
I have no soul.
Oh shit! No, but like they have, how you'll have like some of these influencers that have like they're either buying followers or it's like there's like this magnetism that is people follow because they see other people following, but it's really not. And I was hearing somebody talk about how like they'll have somebody that'll put out like something really thought provoking. and then somebody else will put something else that's similar, but it's not as well thought out, and it's actually kind of shallow. But that person gets all the likes and everything, and it kind of like what you did that one time when you tweeted China is asshole, and then you did like some more thought, and like the China is asshole gets like tons of engagement, and then this other one, and you're more proud of those ones that like it makes people think, because they're like, oh damn, and it just kind of sits with people. It's that sort of feeling that I think I get from this, is that some of that stuff is really I don't know, it seems like alluring for some people,
right?
But I'm more like excited about the fact that we have people who are like really willing to put their heart into what we're doing.
Yeah, because
that's how we're going to accomplish our mission. Our mission is to help people and to grow into something that really makes, like Jonesy said, makes history.
Yeah.
And you don't do that by having like it be bullshit, superficial bubblegum crap.
Yeah. The funny thing about engagement is engagement can be misleading, but one thing you always know is there's somebody that sees everything, right? They see everything. They might not engage in everything, but every time you tweet, somebody sees it. So you can't always go based upon engagement. You still got those impressions, so be mindful and just know that somebody's always watching. So, continue to just pump out the content.
Plus, I think my final thing where I'm kind of going with my my podcast is interviewing small businesses or unique businesses, because just measuring what is success for someone. From someone who's running a food truck, who's just happy not to work for anybody else, and can put his kids through school and pay his bills on time. He could feel like the richest man in the world. So talking about that just reminds me of metrics of how we measure success. Some people's like, success is not working for anybody else. I don't care, if I just, meet the standards. I don't need to have $1 million homes and things like that. But there's all kinds of very unique people, unique businesses, and just that drive within them to what is, and learning about what's success for them.
Do you think success is being the sock man on the highway? See, like in the Northeast, you'll have like the dude that's selling tube socks and drawers and bullshit like that. And you just like, yo, man, get the fuck away from my car, right? But I wonder if he feels like that's success for him. You know what I mean?
It is. It probably is. I remember selling CDs in Penn Station and coming home clearing $80. I didn't have no boss. I felt like I was seeing success. But to everybody else that saw me in Penn Station, they like, look at this bum selling CDs,
Nah,
I was
bro,
selling my music.
They could have never said that, bro. There's a lot of bums in Penn Station.
That's
like
true.
Who actually fucking live there and they like feed the birds and bullshit.
That is true. There's a lot of homeless people in Penn Station.
No, but just, to your point, there are people who like they live off of like the bare minimum that it takes for them to like go wherever the hell they want to.
Right.
They're not tied down to a residence, and they're not tied to like all these trappings that we think are success that end up becoming like these big albatrosses that hold you back from going places.
Success is subjective.
And I think the message, because we have a different message and we're inviting a different type of audience. I think we look at what success is. What school did you go to? Where did what kind of money do your parents have? And you're, and if you're middle class or lower class, you may not, you may look at yourself lesser than because that you don't have that pedigree. And yet, if 99% of the GDP in the United States is being sustained by middle class, there's a lot of small businesses out there, a lot of people who are working for themselves that nobody thinks about that are really unique. The guy who rented an ice cream truck and turned it into a food truck until he could buy it. He's got a story to tell. And then, but a lot of it is, what is it for you? What gave you that strength, tenacity to push? And there's so many interesting stories like that. Tons are going to be coming out in the next year online. People who just said, I'm going to invest in getting myself out there online and start monetizing it. So I think there's going to be a lot of great stories for all of us to tell.
Yeah.
And not for us to tell, for us to interview and to add to our site. So
All right, so let's do a quick table of contents. What we have left to talk about in this episode. While we're doing a quick table of contents update, Rita, can you check and see where we're at on new signups? So what do we have left to discuss this episode, Chad?
So do we want to reveal like who we're interviewing and like what's coming? Because I mean, it's
we'll do that.
soon enough.
We'll do interview reveals. Yeah. All right. What else?
We have questions. We set questions if you want to have any.
Questions, yep. And then the Twitter following ratio. Is that all we got on the docket for tonight?
I think that's all we have left for tonight.
Okay, cool. Let's do the reveal while Rita's pulling up those numbers.
So Jonesy, you want to tell the audience who you interviewed for the written interview on your and then you're going to interview tomorrow night.
Yeah, well, I interviewed him. I actually interviewed him and did the written the same day, and then we're gonna interview him again. But interviewed the illustrious and praiseworthy, the grifter of the year musically, Patriot J.
Nice.
And you know what, man? I was pleasantly surprised by him, man. He is a great, great kid, man. And I say kid because he hurt my feelings. Because he said to me that he was in the 3rd grade in 2004. And I said, God damn it, I got married in 2004. And I feel like an old motherfucker.
I was in 4th grade.
Oh my God.
Oh, should
I just feel it just hurt my feelings, man. He don't understand how much. Anthony, you too. Like, God,
my daughter was born in 03. Like, this is oh my God.
I married in 04.
I was in the
like,
fourth grade, man. 4th grade. Good times.
04, I was on I think I was on probation.
Oh, shit. But no, Jay's coming on Aquarian Anarchy on Wednesday as well. And so we've got those two.
Jonesy? I'm tuning in for that.
No, I was already on
Jay.
Oh, Patriot J.
Yeah,
okay.
Patriot J's coming on. Yeah, he's coming on our shows, and he's doing Jonesy tomorrow night for Wasted Talent. And I guess you did part of that interview.
So wait.
Saturday.
Jay was on. Jay Hotz was on.
Wasted Talent.
The Gencore.
Well, what happened was what I did was I interviewed him for Wasted Talent, right? And I wanted to get to more. Because we vibed, we had a good interview.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to do, the first interview, was cover the bases for the sound bites for the EPK.
I got you.
I wanted to kind of stay on. I wanted to be more robotic with it. But we had a good vibe, so I invited him back on again, and he obliged, and that's a great thing. We got Corey and Solomon lined up from Libre TV and Brown Paper Bag Podcast. We want to try to highlight what they're doing because they're going their own way.
Yeah.
By starting their own imprint.
Yeah.
And we got that lined up soon as well. So.
Oh, that's dope. And then Jay Hotz is coming on Aquarian Anarchy when?
Wednesday.
Okay.
He's coming Wednesday. Yeah.
And so one thing is that we want to discuss really quick, because Aquarian Anarchy are going to be able to, they're going to be maxed out at 1 per month, right, Chad? It's like,
well, I know. Well, we could. It depends. I mean, we can do 2. It's more about like fit and everything. I just recognize that like there might be some people who don't necessarily want to promote their business on or promote their brand or whatever on our show because it's got the big red A with graffiti kind of thing on it, and Marcus talking about voodoo and
Marcus like, hey man, you want some more business? You get some chicken bones. You fucking do some fucking voodoo, man. God damn it! Shit.
I'm clipping this and I'm sending it to him. But yesterday was Marcus's birthday.
Why does he sound like
birthday.
Happy birthday, Marcus.
That's exactly how Marcus sounds, yo.
That was a great impression. That was a phenomenal impression.
That was so good. Marcus is my dude, man. Jonesy, I said something. I don't remember what I was saying one time on one of those little voice texts that Jonesy sent. And he said, you better watch out, Chad. Nico and Marcus are going to have you. They're going to have you walking backwards, banging 2 goat shins together in your basement. I was like, where? come up with these metaphors, man. Oh my god.
Jonesy's the best at
Like
that.
too on point. I'm thinking Jonesy has actually done this at some
my
point
God.
in his childhood or something like that. Oh god.
You gotta have jokes when you from Jersey, yo. You gotta have jokes.
So here's the question: is that the podcasts are really going to be there for the EPK to make the interviewees shine.
Right.
And so pretty much if it's Jonesy and me doing the, I'm doing the business one, just, showcase, especially these are entrepreneurs, showcase their business.
Right.
Jonesy's going to do kind of like that from just a different point of view. And the other, so it's like we're saying 3, but it may be 2 because we're going to be getting the best of them. We're trying to get the best of them. And if it fits, like Patriot Day fits totally
Right.
with energy. So that's kind of how we're doing it. With like we started with 3, now we're thinking, what do we get?
The reach, whatever kind of reach we're
Right.
trying to get, and if the project fits, because you can't have somebody that's like has a bakery going on Aquarian Anarchy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But they can talk to both me and Jonesy.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
it's an anarchist
Yeah.
bakery, and
Could be.
at that case,
But-
yeah,
or-
throwing muffins
right.
at their customers and shit.
Right.
how many times do I have to tell you
Right.
that's not what we're about? Like, come on.
I
man.
know
No,
that it's
but-
about you could peacefully throw some
Right.
shit at people.
Just the
Example would
dough.
be,
Just
right,
the dough. You don't make it hard.
like an example would be a high-end salon with a high clientele, very posh woman sitting there. She might not want to do the voodoo thing. So,
Exactly.
but that's her choice. And so we'll give kind of a menu for the people on the complimentary list we'll talk to them each, but that's really where we're going.
So who else did you interview last week? You did Jay Hots. Was it Chris Black?
Yeah.
DJ Chris Black, and who else?
Chrissy
And,
Mayer.
and what I did was
Oh.
I interviewed. I'm sorry, who would you do? I'm sorry.
No, you, Jonesy. I was talking.
Oh,
I'm sorry, for you.
now I had interviewed somebody that we have for the free EPK that they haven't met yet. This girl has a candle company,
Mhm.
and we were going to discuss that, but I knocked it out, and whether the guys veto it or not, I got it ready.
Okay.
No, she's on the list
Yeah,
as
that's
Jonesy's referral. Does she want to talk a voodoo? Does she want to do a
I
voodoo?
do not think that she's into voodoo because she's a very, very church-going and religious person.
So maybe
I
she'll
don't
just
know.
talk
Okay,
to
so
me.
just so everybody knows, it's not a voodoo podcast. It just so happens.
What about anarchy?
happens that-
Does she have anarchy
Yeah.
candles?
I don't know.
Voodoo
But-
and candles go together.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
well,
That's kind of on brand. That's kind of on brand, though, B.
Marcus could tell his story about the time that he got knocked out of the circle. Anyway, it's
Oh yeah. He had did the circle, and then like the demon of
demon knocked
power
him
or
across
something
the
like
room.
that knocked him on his ass.
yeah.
He goes, if you don't want to mess with, he said, voodoo is not safe. I was like, noted,
So,
Oh shit.
so we have a plan, and these guys are going to knock. Well, Jonesy's done. Chad's going to meet with Patriot J, and then I'm going to get it. I'll call him.
Yeah.
So
and
let's
we might be able to
put
set
a-
something
let's
else
put
up
a-
for a third.
Let's put
Go
a
ahead.
little cap on this just so people know what's happening here. One of the services that the Gencore project provides is going to be the creation, distribution, and content production for an EPK, electronic press kit. Basically, people need to create an online footprint. For example, if you Google said person, nothing comes up. Well, we change that. We make it so that when people head to a search engine and they type in your name, they see, oh, wow, you've been interviewed a few times. You're on this website. You seem reputable. And then also you have this EPK, which you can shop and basically gives people an overview about yourself, kills biography photos and so on and so forth. And we have, thanks to Ryan, who's going to do some of the graphic design on that, we'll be able to produce a professional electronic press kit. So if you ever want to go to other, publications or podcasts or so on and so forth, TV, whatever it may be, you have that EPK ready to submit because a lot of people are going to ask for that. A lot of PR people are going to ask for this electronic press kit. But not only do we create the electronic press kit, we also work within our own brands to produce the content for said EPK. The retail price on that is $997, $997, just so everybody's clear. But the first 10 people were free, so we can produce basically case studies. So when people are ready to purchase this, they can see how this works, and they can go and do their own research and say, hey, yeah, this is a real thing. This works. I Googled these people. It pops up. The EPK looks nice. All right, let me press the buy button. So that's did I cover that well?
No, that's perfect.
Yeah,
Excellent.
it's
Right on.
perfect.
Bullseye.
Ready for questions?
No, we got to do the number update.
Oh, 5 since you put it out there.
Okay, so we're
So
getting
now
closer to our
that's
goal.
56.
Awesome. We gotta hit
56 unique email addresses.
We got to hit 100, right?
Right.
All right.
The
And
whole
that
factor, baby.
the copy I used stunk too. So next time I'll try to put some more emphasis on it. All right. Let's do questions now. And wait. So this is the part of the Gencore show where we answer business questions, business related questions, self-improvement related questions, mindset questions, whatever. You can submit those to Jianchor.blog at gmail.com. Let's get it rolling.
Okay, first question. When does Rita get an assistant?
Rita, you are not authorized to ask questions for the question segment.
It was an anonymous question.
Okay.
You don't believe me? Jonesy, do you believe me?
Not really. I love you. Not really.
Does he believe you so much he threw up the white supremacy symbol?
What? I said,
All right.
okay. That's the white supremacy. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Apparently it is.
Wait a second, I think we've-
it is.
It is?
Well,
Okay.
according allegedly, according to the
let
left.
me throw up
Okay.
the Black Power fist.
Okay.
Let's not get that shit confused.
So let's
Black
not-
History Month,
let's-
goddammit.
Let's table that question. Thank you, Anonymous, for writing it.
Let's answer that question. It's a
Got
good
it.
question, right?
Right.
When does Rita? Is this a paid assistant or a free assistant?
Oh, let's ask Chad because he's handling the money. Is there any money? He's the budget guy, right, guys? He's the one that
I
won't.
like that. That was
yes.
good.
So do we have any money in the budget for a paid assistant, Chad?
No.
Chad won't see. Chad has got to be the budget guy because Chad won't even let us buy pens and pencils and shit like that.
Pencils for you do everything
Right.
on your phone.
Well, remember Canva Pro, the drama with that? And he gave me the big lecture on text.
Yeah.
I said, guys, I got Canva Pro, right? And he's like,
Well, Jonesy already had it. Like we
well,
could have used the same
it was
login.
expiring, but you didn't know that before you yelled at me on text. So there's
Let
no
people know
budget.
before you buy
Email.
stuff.
That's right.
didn't-
Yeah,
that's not-
exactly.
That is
You
not.
need to-
We can avoid unnecessary purchases.
Listen,
Purchase it.
that's not how I said it. I should have done a
formal.
voice text. I should have done a voice text because this is what I was actually saying. And like when I was voice texting it into the thing, I didn't do a voice message. But anyway,
All caps.
it was
All caps.
It was not all caps.
Those little hammer icons, feeding it into our heads.
All I said was, look, hey, until we start making money, like let's communicate with each other.
You can't
Go
even-
buy
Bro,
something.
you didn't say it that.
You didn't say that.
You sounded like fucking Ward
Right.
Cleaver from Leave It to Beaver. You sound like a dad. You sound like a TV dad.
I'm gonna have to go find it. All right,
next time-
yo, move
the next
on.
time-
I'm gonna go find it. We'll
Now
post.
see here, Rita.
There was a big update. It's like we've got so
For-
many more things we want to spend our money on, and we don't
For
want
next
to.
week's intro video, I'm gonna have a whole breakdown of this discussion here in text.
It's not going to look pretty for you.
Let me answer the
forensic
question.
analysis.
When does it make sense for one to get a personal assistant? And
Start
it
making
really
money.
comes down to ROI. Are there tasks filling up Rita's queue, which are low ROI? And does the cost suffice her moving to more high ROI tasks? You know, there might be more important things for her to do. But if her queue isn't full and it's like really not bogging her down and she's not losing her mind, you know, sometimes it makes sense to keep doing that stuff. But if there's something that she could be doing better in her time that's going to, for a fact, drive revenue, but these small tasks are pulling her away from that, then the cost suffices the decision to get an assistant.
That's exactly right. Great answer.
In the words of the immortal Bernie Mac, who you think you are? Kid Capri? DJ Glue?
It was a setup question because when you start to balance it and start to determine, it's like, could someone be doing this when I should be up here doing this?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do I need to be answering all the calls? Which is not what's happening now. But there comes a point as you keep growing and growing and growing that you delegate. Right now, everybody's working for free. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what, though? Our time is not free. Rita.
You see the way she
Equity,
said
We don't have no money.
Equity.
It's
Sweat
no money,
equity.
baby. It's no
Sweat
money.
equity. All
We
right.
are, listen, we are assed out like fat women in bikinis. We have no money.
And I'm just saying, if you're gonna buy something, let's talk to make sure somebody didn't already buy it.
Jeez.
All right, Dad.
See,
We'll
yeah,
make sure.
all right. I mean,
Shit.
right. Oh,
You're gonna
listen,
keep giving me a hard
guys.
time. I'm gonna keep
Let's,
defending myself.
kumbaya, you guys. Oh, all I'm saying, your friendly chat here. Stop buying stuff without having a group discussion. That's exactly
Chad,
what you wrote.
you're so
No, it's not about
nice,
having a
Chad.
group
You're threatening to
discussion.
shoot me.
It's about, hey, does
you're-
anybody else already have this, so that we don't have to buy it twice? That's all I
That's
was
not what
saying.
he
Yo,
said.
Chad not letting this shit go.
No. Oh, wait.
She does say go. Anyway,
And you know
I'll let it
even
go.
worse?
Y'all go ahead.
And
Y'all
even
move
worse-
on. Next question.
Wait till you see the text. Oh, I'm putting it up. That's it. Okay.
Go ahead, post it. I don't
right.
care. I'm not afraid. I know what I was
Let me
saying.
see if there's a good question that would have to do with chat in here.
It says, see here.
Okay, so all kidding aside, this question actually Hotep answered it with, when do you decide to hire someone to do the work you are struggling with? But you know, so that kind of answered that. So that was good. Same thing. So how can I know it's so hard to get through?
No.
One more.
Never mind.
Okay.
I'll save it for
I have a full-time job, but want to start a podcast or YouTube channel to generate money so I can quit my job. How many hours per day should I work on it? It's a lot.
First of
That's
all,
a
quit
bad
your
plan.
job, and you'll have all the time in the world to work on what you want to work on.
And the hunger from you not having any money will motivate the fuck out of you.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
But as soon as the lights go off, the only problem with that thing is when the lights go off, you don't have no electricity, you're not gonna be able to work in your podcast.
That's when you go to Starbucks. I know you can't go to Starbucks anymore. Never mind.
No more Starbucks, no more McDonald's. None
So
of
they
that.
got a full-time job, but they want to work on their podcast, and they want to know how many hours a week should they put towards their podcast.
Right.
All right, let's break this down into hours. Let's say this is a 30-minute podcast. You prepare for your podcast, usually double the amount of time that you're going to record said podcast. So you figure for a 30-minute podcast, you prepare for an hour. What else is there to do to a podcast? I mean, you got like
Be
clerical
interesting.
shit.
Yeah, your setup, your
Yeah, you know, like
Your
looking
notes and
for
your-
microphone and upgrading your website and connecting it to all the little .com widget thingamajiggies and transcripts and all of that. So figure let's add another 2 hours for like back office work.
Mhm.
Let's call it back office work, right? So what are we at?
We had 2
4 or
hours.
5.
We're at 5 hours.
We
Maybe
had five hours already?
four hours, maybe.
Well, we got a half hour plus another hour plus
So
2
3.5.
hours. So we're at 3.5 hours.
3.5,
Okay, so
yeah.
we're at 3.5 hours. All right. Then let's add promotion and marketing and
Mhm,
social
mhm.
media. That's like what? An hour a day.
Another hour a
Day,
week.
yeah.
Okay. A
So,
day.
so
4.5 hours.
So let's add another 7 hours. So what are we up to? 10 and a half.
10.5. Yeah.
There you go. 10 and a half hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
Just be mindful that the pandemic has spawned millions of shitty podcasts. And you too can be the 1,000,001 shitty podcast that's been spawned.
With only 10 and a half hours a week.
That 10 and a half hours can spawn the world another shitty podcast.
I think once you get into a groove though, like what Alex said in the chat, he said eventually you streamline it, which is true. Like eventually you're definitely gonna like streamline that process down. But I think you do spend at least, I mean, I'm sure we all waste at least an hour a day on social media. So spending an hour a day, you know, chopping up clips from your podcast to put on social media and promote and network and all of that stuff. And, you know, I put aside like, you know, like 2 hours a week for back office work, which includes like emailing guests and organization and networking and all of that stuff. So yeah, I think 10 and a half hours a week, probably if you streamline it, it probably comes down about 7. But again, the more time you put into something, the better the project will be. But it's basically like, you know, what is that, like an hour and a half after work every day? The key is to do the work while you're at work. You got to use your boss's time to work on your project. So when you get home, you can go to sleep.
It's true. Or you can do that, and you can get fired. And then that can be the motivation factor.
That's a big motivation.
You have all that time.
That's right.
All your
gone
time
back
to
to solution
yourself.
number 1 again.
You can play the montage from Rocky 3 when you're starving to motivate you to make a good podcast.
Can we talk about
Which one was Rocky 3? The Eye of the Tiger, or no?
No,
that was
matter of
Rocky
fact,
2?
that's the wrong one. Was it Rocky 4? The one I'm looking at?
Where he's in
Four
he's
is-
in
Yeah,
Russia.
he's in Russia. It was 4.
That's
My
4.
bad.
That's 4. Yeah.
Because like the first 2 kind of seem like the same movie.
So
Yeah.
I want to teach people how to become fireproof. So, in order to become fireproof, you need to do 2 things. 1, you need to remember your boss's birthday, anniversary, and any other important dates in their life. 2, you need to buy coffee and donuts for the office once every 2 weeks. That's it.
Pretty much.
Usually when you get caught doing something wrong, people are like, oh my God, but he's just so fucking nice. He buys coffee every 2 weeks. He put in a cup of Joe. I mean, what are we going to do without him? He's just so nice. Usually they pull you in. They give you a warning. They don't even write you up. You even had 7 warnings over the whole year, but you got away because it costs you a little bit of, you know, some donuts every 2 weeks.
I used to tell my manager to write me up all the time. I mean, Brian even care, write me up. And he would just look at me. And he wouldn't write me up. I was like, all right, let me go that route.
Or you could do like a guy that I know, and you can like sleep with the boss's sister and marry her.
That works too.
Streamline the whole thing.
Yeah, there you go. Then you ain't got to buy donuts no more.
So we're at 14 hours a week because you have to take like
You got the girlfriend.
however many hours it is to get the coffee and donuts
And the girlfriend.
I wasn't even talking
Have the
about
affair
that.
with the.
Yeah. Okay.
That takes a lot.
wait,
more
takes a lot
time.
more.
Let's put Chad in this. Chad's finances in this scenario. How many donuts can you buy, Chad, for the office?
I mean, so there was this old adage that, you know, something wasn't worth, you know, it's like $1 a donut. That was like a, you know, I bet you $1 for a donut or something like that. And it was like the donut wasn't worth anywhere near $1. Now, fuck, a donut's like $1.50.
Yeah.
So it's expensive.
Get the box of Munchkins. That's all.
Oh yeah, the donut holes.
Holes.
What are munchkins?
Yo,
Yeah,
oh my God.
I've never
Here
heard
you
of munchkins
go.
before.
Yeah,
Chad,
that's
don't
what
you go
they're-
into
they're
that
called munchkins.
homoerotic space that you did on your show, bro. Don't do that.
Wait, tell me, what's munchkins? Are those?
Yeah, for real. I don't know what
That,
munchkins are.
They're
I mean,
like,
are those
they're
a-
like
du-
donut balls.
The donut, yeah, the
Well,
donut.
who
hole.
makes
Donut
them, though?
holes.
Paul,
Dunkin'
They
Donuts.
puncture the
Is it
hole in the
Dunkin'
donut.
Donuts?
it's not a
Is that-
hole. It's the thing that comes out, that makes it a hole. How can it be a donut hole?
I'm telling you, when I go to like Mary Lee or Dunkin' Donuts or whatever, they have a thing and it says donut holes.
What in the good fuck is Mary Lee? That must be regional.
That's some
Must be
regional,
regional.
shit. That's
Yeah, it
some
has to
regional
be.
country shit.
You guys have? Do you guys
Anyway,
have Krispy Kreme on the East Coast?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Ebony said, "I love Krispy Kreme."
Kreme also
Ebony
has
said,
donut
"Dang,
holes.
was that what I was doing? Haha! I used to bring in cookies just to make everyone fat. See, a lot of people make themselves fireproof and don't even know they doing it. You know what I'm saying? But as somebody who's been fired from every job they've ever had, or at least 90% of them, I've realized it's because I never bought the office donuts.
Yeah.
You've
And
been
the
fired from
time-
every job?
For most part, yeah. Or I quit. Yeah, I've never had. I can't say never. I've had when I was in the mortgage business, I had some great experiences there.
I was about to say, because when I remember when you was in the mortgage business, they loved you.
Yeah. That was the one experience because the mortgage
Bro, they used to
business
let you hold music meetings with everybody who was rhyming in your fucking office. I'm like, they must love us.
Yeah.
All these thugs up there smelling like weed and shit.
The third leg of the unfireable stool is blowout numbers. If you do blowout numbers, you also can make yourself.
If your numbers are good, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Yeah, so
want.
outperform everybody at your job. I mean, that's you know, like I said, the mortgage business was based upon performance. So you know, if I was top 3 every month, then fuck they gonna say to me, motherfucker, you fired me, your bonus is gone. You know what I mean? and the boss is getting a bonus based upon my performance. So he looking at me like, yo, I want to keep this 750 Beamer out here, and he's helping me keep it. So you want to have these meetings so you can stay in the office a little bit longer? Come on, you could use my office for your record label. So yeah, Josie's right, man. Yeah. So that was like the one experience, but the rest of the time was like with white liberals, and they're just really hard to deal with. What's the next question, Rita?
How can I network with other content creators?
Twitter.
So,
So what?
Join Gencore.
So what is this? So what does this mean to you guys? How can I network with other content creators? I mean, what comes to mind is that if I want to start a channel, I want to be connected to somebody else who's popular, maybe.
What are you gonna say?
I think too many people like they reach out to these big accounts in hopes that, you know, one of them is gonna take them on their wing. Where you shouldn't do that. You should reach out to people who have similar numbers to you. So if you have 500 followers, reach out to someone that has like 700, is in that same demographic as you, or you're the same niche. And then that way, you know, you can collect some of his followers, you collect some of yours, etc. And then, you know, even if it's only a couple, I think too many people, like if they have 500 followers, they'll try to reach out to somebody that has like 19,000. And that just doesn't work that way unless you get super lucky.
Yeah, everything you said is absolutely correct, right? If you're going to reach out to somebody with a large account, you got to come like Chad. You know what I mean? Like I had a large account and Chad was like, yo, y'all need to be making these video clips. And I was like, make them, motherfucker. And he just made them. And now like, that's the homie now, right? So like lead
I had
with
70 followers.
You had 70 followers then? God damn. So what are you at now?
2,700, almost 2,800, something like that.
Nice.
So,
crazy.
yeah.
So, you know, I would say lead with like an offer. Do something for them. You know, if you see somebody who's doing well and they're an influencer and you generally like their stuff, create content about them. Create content around them. Create funny memes and GIFs with their face on them. You can always spend $25 on the Reface app, slap their face on there, and you're creating content in seconds, you know? So create fan art, create memes, you know, provide value, you know, listen to their stuff, and maybe they do a podcast and they had like a question about something that happened in history and you send the historical references to answer that question. Make yourself useful, make yourself valuable to those people. But like Ant said, you should be networking with people that are within your range. You know, if somebody is like, you know, PewDiePie, who's an S-class influencer, and you're at the bottom, you're like an F-class influencer, network with F and E-class influencers, and then to your D, and so on and so forth, and work your way up the ladder like that. But make yourself useful, man. Make content for people. I remember when, you know, I was trying to, I wanted to work with Dr. Umar. It was a big fail, but I ran a contest. I created a shirt, and I created a contest, and I said 50% of proceeds from this contest goes towards his school. You know, he completely ignored me, but you know, it was an attempt. You know, so lead with value, man. Help people.
Say it
help
again,
people
like
reach their
Dr.
goals.
Umar Johnson. Like, I work for content for a school. We had content for a school.
You got to say it 3 times.
We had content for his school.
I had an idea. Someone I follow, a writer who I really like, he just did this random. He said, "Here's the top 10 music I like," and the number 1 was reggae. And I thought, oh, that would be perfect to respond to him with a clip, you know, but DJ Chris Black, and then a little clip of us.
Yeah.
to say, check out, the Mixcloud for the last 20 years of this great reggae mix with DJ Chris Black. And while you're there, check out our interview, exclusive interview, something like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of makes me think that when this is up and running, that those are like things to look for, especially you can do hashtag reggae, retro reggae.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the problem is
I was going to say another thing is too, when you're reaching out to bigger accounts and stuff like that, show them that you had interest in them. Like if you bought one of their products or listened to a podcast, like I've reached out to some people and I've been like, I listened to your podcast with so-and-so at like the 27-minute mark. You said this, right. It really like touched me or something like that. That goes a lot further than saying, hey, I like your stuff. Follow me back. Like,
that's exactly what I was going to say. So let me piggyback off that. A lot of the problem is a lot of times people are reaching up to these people because they want something. It's like, ew, get away from me. You're so needy, right? Like you're asking me for something. Like, like you didn't even bring nothing to me. Did you buy my book? Like, did you buy my product? Did you take a picture of you buying my product and post it on social media so I had some social proof? How did you help me? You know what I mean? A lot of people are just really selfish when they reach up to larger accounts. It's just that they want, but they don't give a damn thing, So I like that. What I would say is be genuinely interested in whoever it is you want to reach up to. Be genuinely interested. Don't just say, oh, this person has 1 million followers. Let me just reach out. Nah, actually like them. Actually know their content.
So
that's the reason I'm here.
So that's what I'm going to do.
Brian's book.
Word.
So I'm going to ask Kim Kardashian. I'm going to say, listen, I watched every minute of your porn. Blow by blow, baby.
Now we're back to the top of the show again.
Is that all the questions we got this week?
This week, yep.
Okay, awesome. So people, you can get your business questions answered here by the Gencore team and myself, Hotep Jesus, here on this episode. Send those questions in the Jianchor.blog at gmail.com. Once again, you can send those questions in the Jianchor.blog at gmail.com. We'll help you, get your venture off the ground.
One quick.
Yes,
sorry to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
We didn't answer the question about Twitter followers.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So the question is, look at Hand's face.
I know it's coming.
So the question is, when do you know?
Take a sip so I can spit take.
When you're when you're following too many people. Now, I promised to answer it on this episode. I'm going to answer it on this episode. When is it that you follow too many people? What is the perfect ratio of following to followers? Actually, no, we just ran out of time, folks.
I knew it. We're never gonna know.
This episode, we're running out of an hour and 16 minutes for this episode.
We are over.
Tune in next week.
Find out how when you're following too many people on Twitter.
Tune in next week. We'll answer the question: what is the perfect following to follower ratio, especially on Twitter when you following too many people? Tune in next week. I promise. Next week we should have enough time. This week we just can't have these episodes go too long. Just can't have it. We got to cut them at a certain time. So we've ran out of time to answer that question. I apologize, people. Come back. Tune in next week. I'm going to tell you when you're following too many people on Twitter and what's the sweet spot for the amount of people to following to followers. Thank you for tuning in. This has been another episode of the Gencore podcast.
Hang in there.
I love you. And
Only
don't follow
100
too
more
many
episodes to go.
Hang in there, everybody.
You'll have 1,000 followers by the time you finish this.
Great stream. Thank you, Alex. Y'all be safe. Peace and love.
Bye-bye.
Y'all should be able to hear me now. Love it. I love it.
Oh, man. Shout out to Terry.
That was the what?
To
Terry.
So the thing that makes me laugh.
I think I got it.